Looking back at school days, some of the rules we had to follow seem downright bizarre now. From restrictions on clothing to strange rules about social interactions, here are the top 10 school rules that were completely absurd in hindsight. 1. No talking in the hallways. Many schools enforced a strict no talking rule in the hallways, supposedly to maintain order. But for students moving between classes, it was the perfect, and often only, time to catch up with friends. The silent shuffle rule led to whispering, mouthing words, and even passing notes like a spy mission between classrooms. 2. No backpacks allowed in class. Some schools required students to leave backpacks in their lockers, citing safety or space concerns. This forced students to juggle textbooks, binders, and supplies between classes, which felt more like a balancing act than anything else, especially when carrying multiple books. 3. No hugging or physical contact. In an attempt to prevent inappropriate behavior, some schools banned all forms of physical contact, even innocent hugs between friends. The no hugging rule made things awkward for students who wanted to show basic support for each other, like comforting a friend who'd had a bad day. 4. Strict dress codes, including finger-length shorts. Many schools had strict dress codes, dictating everything from the length of skirts and shorts, often using the fingertip rule, to banning certain colors or patterns. These rules targeted minor infractions, leaving students, and sometimes teachers, constantly measuring hemlines instead of focusing on learning. 5. One bathroom pass per semester. To minimize disruption, some teachers only gave students a single bathroom pass per semester. This rule, which basically ignored basic biology, often left students in uncomfortable situations, leading to numerous stories of creative, and desperate, attempts to go when nature called. 6. No water bottles in class. The reasoning behind this rule was often to prevent distractions or spills, but banning water bottles in class left students parched, especially during warmer months or after gym class. It taught many students to sneak sips from fountains and avoid dehydration in creative ways. 7. No cell phones, even when needed. While banning phones makes sense to avoid distractions, some schools had rules that confiscated any visible phone, even if a student was just checking the time or calling a parent after school. This created a sense of paranoia and led to students hiding their devices as if they were contraband. 8. No red ink allowed. Some schools banned red ink, claiming it was too aggressive for grading. Instead, teachers were told to use friendlier colors like green or purple. This rule left everyone scratching their heads, as a simple red mark on a test wasn't likely to ruin anyone's day. 9. Assigned lunch tables. Instead of allowing students to sit where they wanted, some schools assigned lunch tables, supposedly to prevent cliques. But this rule often backfired, forcing students to sit in awkward silence with people they didn't know or get along with, making the one social break of the day feel like a chore. 10. No running on the playground. While some rules about safety on the playground are essential, banning running altogether felt extreme. Playgrounds were designed for activity, but this rule left kids restricted to walking or standing around, making recess anything but recess. These absurd school rules were meant to maintain order but often led to creative workarounds, confusion, or downright frustration. Looking back, they're a reminder that some rules just don't age well.